Within anime's action genre, one of the best ways to captivate an audience is by creating a story where the main character possesses overpowered abilities. So, what happens when the creator goes one step further and creates a character so strong that they now possess powers comparable to that of the strongest beings in their universe? Well, you get the 10 anime that we will be discussing today as I break down the top 10 anime where the overpowered main character has the strength to rival a god. That being said, if this is a topic that interests you, stick around as we jump right into the video, starting off with number 10, Yozakura Quartet. The world of Yozakura Quartet is actually not one but two worlds, one of humans and one of yokai. Despite appearing mostly human, yokai have animal-like physical traits along with a number of special abilities. Normally yokai are confined to their world, but some have found a way into the realm of humanity. As a symbol of peace and a bridge between the two realms, a city was constructed within the protective barriers of 7 magical trees, otherwise known as the 7 pillars. This city of Sakurashin is home to both humans and yokai alike, with the peace between them maintained by the Hizumi Life Counseling Office. The director of this office is Akina Hizumi, a teenager with the inherited family ability to perform tuning, which can send harmful yokais back to their world permanently. In his efforts to maintain peace, he is aided by a group of girls, including the town's 16-year-old yokai mayor, Hime Yozakura, their town's announcer and resident telepath, Ao Nanami, and Kotoha Isune, a half yokai who can summon any object just by stating the object's name. As new residents enter and mysterious events begin to take place, this quartet of protectors and their closest friends must continue to guard the city of Sakurashin and maintain the fragile balance between the human and yokai worlds. Number 9, UQ Holder. Kota Kono is an ordinary boy raised in a small rural town. His mundane life is suddenly changed, however, when his mentor Catherine McDowell reveals herself to be a vampire, and after saving Toto from a mortal wound, she causes him to become an immortal being as well. Already yearning to explore the world, young Tota finally puts his dream to ascend to the top of Amano Mashira, a tower that leads into outer space, into realization. Along the way, he finds a secret society filled with immortals just like him called UQ Holders. Gaining new comrades and mentorships along the way, Tota embarks on his unique magical adventure to become the strongest UQ Holder and ascend into outer space. Number 8, the God of High School. The God of High School tournament has begun, seeking out the greatest fighter among Korean high school students. All martial arts styles, weapons, means, and methods of attaining victory are permitted. The prize, one wish for anything desired by the winner. Taekwondo expert Jin Mori is invited to participate in the competition. There he befriends karate specialist Han Da-wee and swordswoman Yu Mirai, who both have entered for their own personal reasons. Jin Mori is aware of the fact that no opponent will be the same, and the matches will be the most ruthless he has ever fought in his entire life. But instead of being worried, this prospect excites him beyond belief. However, as things turn out, a secret lies beneath the facade of a transparent test of combat power that the tournament claims to be. One that has Korean political candidate Park Moo-jin watching every fight with expectant and hungry eyes. With the tournament now underway, it is up to Mori, Da-wee, and Mirai to discover what it really means to become the god of high school. Number 7, Tales of Zestiria. The celestial records speak of the existence of the Seraphim, a race of divine beings who are given blessings to humanity and are offered prayers by them in return. Those who are anointed with the ability to interact with these spirits are known as shepherds, hailed as heroes for their prompt appearance in times of crisis, while also being feared for their powers. The shepherds are imprinted in common folklore along with the Seraphim. Sori is a young human who has spent his entire life living in harmony alongside the Seraphim in the village of Elsia. Fascinated by the myth of the celestial record, he explores a nearby ruin with Mikleo, his childhood Seraphim companion, hoping to enlighten himself about the Seraphim's history with mankind. Unfortunately, they become trapped in the depths of a historical site during their investigation. While searching for an exit, they come across a mysterious girl who desperately seeks the help of a shepherd to save the world, which is on the brink of being consumed by darkness. Despite Mikleo's warnings about making contact with other humans, Sori decides to help the stranger. Now tasked with saving the world, Sori does everything in his power to do just that, along the way gaining new companions and abilities which unknowingly leads him closer to his dreams of peaceful coexistence between man and Seraphim. Number 6, Unlimited Psychic Squad. Shiosuke Hyobu is an Esper who was betrayed many years ago and is now one of the most powerful Espers as well as a fugitive. However, behind that glare lies a kind heart. His main mission is to save all Espers who have been mistreated by humans, even if that means that he must resort to force in order to do so. Through his methods, he has saved many Espers' lives and gained the loyalty of those that he has rescued, all the while remaining on the run and doing everything in his power to protect all that he holds dear. Number 5. The Devil is a Part-Timer. Striking fear into the heart of mortals, the demon lord Satan begins to conquer the land of Ente Isla with his vast demon armies. However, while embarking on his brutal quest to take over the continent, his efforts are foiled by the hero Amelia, forcing Satan to make a swift retreat through a dimensional portal only to land in the human world. Now, along with his loyal general Alciel, the demon finds himself stranded in modern-day Tokyo and vows to return and complete his subjugation of Ente Isla, that is, if he can find his way back. Powerless in a world without magic, Satan assumes the identity of a human named Sado Mao and begins working at a local fast food restaurant to make ends meet. He soon realizes that his goal of conquering Ente Isla is just not enough, as he grows determined to climb the corporate ladder and become the ruler of Earth, one satisfied customer at a time. Number 4. The Daily Life of the Immortal King. As a cultivation genius who has achieved a new realm every 2 years since he was only a year old, Wan Ling lives a near invincible existence with powers far beyond his control. But now that he is 16, he faces his greatest battle yet, senior high school. However, with one challenge after another popping up, his plans for a low-key school life are beginning to seem further and further away. Number 3. The Disastrous Life of Saiki K. To the average person, psychic abilities might seem a blessing. However, for Saiki Kusuo, this couldn't be further from the truth. Gifted with a wide assortment of supernatural abilities, ranging from telepathy to X-ray vision, he finds this so-called blessing to be nothing but a curse. As all the inconveniences his powers cause constantly pile up, all that Kusuo aims for is an ordinary hassle-free life where ignorance is bliss. Unfortunately, the life of a psychic is far from quiet. Though Kusuo tries to stay out of the spotlight by keeping his powers secret from the rest of his classmates, he ends up inadvertently attracting the attention of many odd characters, such as the empty-headed Riki Nendo and the delusional Shun Kaido. Now forced to deal with the craziness of the people around him, Kusuo comes to learn that the ordinary life he has been striving for is a lot more difficult to achieve than he could have ever expected. Number 2. Charlotte. If not for his ability to take over people's mind and body, Yu Otasaka would be an ordinary high school student. Though it only lasts for 5 seconds at a time, Yu's mysterious power allows him to cheat his way to the top of his class and enter a prestigious high school where he continues his dishonest acts. His hassle-free lifestyle is eventually stopped when he is confronted by Naotomori, the headstrong student council president from Hoshinomi Academy, who is able to see through his deceitful actions. And through some coercion, Nao convinces Yu to transfer to Hoshinomi and join the student council. However, Hoshinomi Academy is secretly an institution created for adolescents who possess supernatural abilities, with the student council serving as a means of locating those who abuse their powers. Now, with Yu begrudgingly assisting in the council's affairs, the group sets out to find and protect new ability users from harms. However, as they further investigate the abilities, their findings entangle them in far more complicated matters than they could have ever imagined. Number 1. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. 37-year-old Satoru Mikami is a typical corporate worker who is perfectly content with his monotonous lifestyle in Tokyo, other than failing to nail down a girlfriend even once throughout his life. In the midst of a casual encounter with his colleagues, he falls victim to a random assailant on the street and is stabbed. However, while succumbing to his injuries, a particular voice echoes in his mind and recites a bunch of commands which the dying man cannot make sense of. When Satoru regains his consciousness, he discovers that he has been reincarnated as a ball of slime in an unfamiliar realm. In doing so, he acquires newfound skills, notably the power to devour anything and mimic its appearance and abilities. He then stumbles upon the sealed catastrophe-level monster, the storm dragon Veldora, who has been sealed away for the past 300 years for devastating a town to ashes. Sympathetic to his predicament, Satoru befriends him, promising to assist in destroying the seal. In return, Veldora bestows upon him the name Remeru Tempest to grant him divine protection. Now liberated from the monotonies of his past life, Remeru embarks on a fresh journey with a distinct goal in mind. As he grows accustomed to his new body, his gooey antics ripple throughout the world, gradually altering both his own fate and the fate of this new land that he now calls his home. Well, there you have it, my list of the top 10 anime where the overpowered main character had the strength to rival a god. So if you made it to the end of this video and enjoyed it or found it helpful, hit the like button and consider subscribing to stay updated with all future anime recommendations. In addition to that, if you have any genres that you would like for me to cover in future videos, let me know down in the comment section. But until next time, signing out.